Alright, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? How's it poppin'? Oh yeah, that's right. It's another Guapo God video. Oh yeah! Alright, so let's get into this. So first we're gonna talk about Morgana. You know, other than she being a super sexy ass motherfucker, we're gonna get into this, and she's super good. So we're gonna talk about the runes, the combos, build, matchups, certain little things you can do with the abilities, depending on what you want to do. So first off, we're gonna chuck into the runes. So first, let me just get her page up. So there's three different options you can do. You can do Airy, you can do Common, or you can go Guardian. So I'm going to do Guardian first. So what you want to do with Guardian, you take Guardian into matchups like Leona, Nautilus, Thresh, anything that has like a lot of CC or and a lot of AP and stuff that can burst through your shield. So even like, for example, if they've got a LeBlanc and they're just going to murder your AD carry, or they've got a lot of AP, it's also a good idea to maybe take Guardian, because you really want to be defending your AD carry. Excuse me. And then second, you want to either take Demolish. I only take Demolish in a lane matchup where we're just going to be shoving the waves over and over and over again, which something like that, usually Caitlyn, Varus are two good examples. And then so usually if you're not going to be shoving them in getting the plate money, then just go for Font of Life, because then that also just is really useful for when you CC them. And then I don't go conditioning on her because I don't think it's useful. And then you go second to Wind into matchups where it's like you're versing poke heavy champions, so Ezreal, Zyra, Zerath, you know, just certain champions like that. And then if they're like all-in champions like Alistar, Leona, Thresh, all that sort of stuff, you take Bone Plating, because if you do the maths, this bone plating is a lot more better for when you're versing all-in champions, and second to win is better for when you're versing poke champions. And then, well, never take Overgrowth. I don't know why you would. And then, if they have a lot of CC, Unflinching is good, but I prefer Revitalize, because if they have a lot of CC and a lot of AP, Revitalize is just really good, because once you chuck it on your AD carry, it'll make it 10 times stronger, and then it's just, it's really good, mate. It's such a good rune. And then secondary is a little kind of up to you. You could do sorcery, but I like to run inspiration. So what I usually do is perfect timing, just because, well, I like to get Zhonya's first item. And then if you're running Relic Shield, obviously go Minion Dematerializer, and if not, probably go Approach Velocity or Cosmic Insight, depending on what you rather, because Approach Velocity is really good for when you just, you ult, because your ult puts a 20% slow on all enemies it touches, so then chuck that on, and yeah, no, you'll chase them down like crazy. And then another one, so obviously I go double offense. This is kind of up to you as well, but definitely at least one offense, and then maybe 280 if they're super 80 heavy. But yeah, I do double offense and then double 80. Double defense and then one armor. And then what you can do, you can run sorcery first as well. So you either pick Airy or Comet. Comet is into matchups that are like just super squishy, and you just want to kind of burst them down. You don't want to muck around. Airy is a bit more of like sort of poking them out. If you're versing like Nautilus, you can go Guardian, but also Airy isn't too bad, because when you want an Airy, you just, the autos you deal on like a Nautilus and stuff like that is just really good. You poke the crap out of them. So, yeah, so you can pick one of them, depending on what you rather. And then, excuse me, I choose Mana Flow Band, mainly because usually if you're taking Sorcery first, you're going to be taking, Spell Thief, so proccing your W all the time is really nice. Or you could take, you could take Nimbus Cloak, because then when you flash and then ult, then it gives you extra movement speed. Still, completely up to you out of them two. I don't find Nullifying Orb that great, but anyway. And then I like running Absolute Focus and then Scorch. That's what I prefer for the extra poke. But this could work. Celerity definitely could work with Nimbus Cloak, because the extra movement speed you gain would be insane. But no, I think Absolute Focus is better, because you're not going to be on the front line, you're going to be on the back, you're going to be shielding and just pressing your W's and stuff, so I think Absolute Focus is better. But if you don't like Absolute Focus, Transcendence or Absolute Focus are my definitely go-to ones. Celerity, I don't think it's that great, honestly. So yeah. And then second, you can do the perfect timing or with the approach velocity, but if you're in a poke heavy lane, definitely just go second wind, go revitalize, and then you'll be able to survive the lane a lot better. And yeah, you won't be getting poked out as much, and then you can poke them out even more. And yeah. So now onto the build. Okay, so with the build, you either want to go Spell Thieves or AP Relic Shield. And you go Spell Thieves mainly just to poke and have a good harass in the lane, but Relic Shield if you just feel you won't be able to get that much harass in, or maybe you're just not comfortable on her and you're just learning the champion, so then just play Relic Shield, it's a bit more safer. And then Boots, you can either run Mobies or Swifties, both are actually pretty damn good. I usually go Mobies just because I like having a presence around the map, so I always go Mobies first. But if they're super heavy AP or super heavy AD, definitely take Merc Treads or Ninja Tabbies. It's just so much worth it. And then I go Zhonya's first. And then depending on their team comp, actually, not even depending on their team comp, I usually then just go Ardent Sensor or Athene's Holy Grail. And then after that, it's kind of just up in the air, because sometimes I take Dark Seal if I feel like I'm really, really going to win the lane. So yeah, you can take either one of them. And then you can move into the third item, which usually, if they have a lot of CC, I usually then just go Mikhail's Crucible. And then if they got a lot of area effect damage, I go Redemption third. But if they have neither of them, then you can go Twin Shadows. Or if you don't really like it that much, then I go Knight's Vow just to protect my AD carry even more. Because, well, the AD carry is the AD carry. You gotta protect him. And, yeah, so that's what I like to go on Morgana. And now I'll run you through all the abilities. So Morgana's passive, Soul Siphon, heals her equal to 20% of the AP damage she deals to champions/minions and large monsters. I mean, not large monsters, just monsters. And that is actually really nice, not gonna lie. That's where Revitalize actually buffs that as well, the healing, so that's actually really nice. And then her Q, Dark Binding, it's a root that she can throw in a straight line and deals AP damage and lasts from 2 to 3 seconds, depending on how many levels you have in it. And then her W, Tormented Shadow, is a small area effect that deals AP damage to everyone standing in it. And this ability's cooldown is reduced every time her passive activates. So, that's actually really nice. If someone just keeps accidentally walking over, it's just going to keep going down and down the W cooldown. So that's actually a really nice thing to know. And then her E, Black Shield, is the reason you take this champ pretty much. This ability lasts for 5 seconds on an ally or herself, and blocks all AP damage and CC in that duration. Actually, my bad, not all AP damage. The only problem with this thing is if it blocks 100 AP and someone hits you for 110 AP, it will not last the full 5 second duration. It will just be popped instantly, and, well, they won't have the shield anymore. It will just be them, and that's it. So, that's why taking Revitalize, taking Ardent Sensor, and stuff like that is really nice, just to make sure that shield will not get popped by, anything. And then her R, Soul Shackles, when you activate it, there is a 0.5 second delay, and then after the delay, you deal AP damage, and then if you stay in range of the enemy champions for 3 seconds, you will deal more AP damage and stun them. And when you activate this, it slows every enemy that it touched. Unless they walk out of range, then it will stop slowing them. So, yeah, no, that's pretty good. That's why I like to go Zhonya's, because then what you do is you flash in to the enemy team, and then you ult, and then you're slowing them and rooting them, and then you bait them in, they all come on you, they think they're going to kill you, and then you activate Zhonya's, and then you waste more time, then you stun them all, and then your team can just wipe up the team fight. So that's what I like to do. And now moving on into matchups. Okay, so champions Morgana is good into is like Nautilus, Pyke, Thresh, Leona, Alistar even, just anyone that like is an all-in champion that has a lot of CC and AP damage that you can just block. And the champions you're bad into is stuff like Senna, Yumi, Karma, Nami even, Zillion, just anything that deals more damage than you do, which, yeah, all of those champions do, and your Black Shield, because it's on such a long cooldown, it actually does nothing against those champions. And even if you poke them out and start maxing W and try poke them out, then they usually have more sustain than you can. Because if you're versing an army, they're just going to heal it all up, and you have barely any healing, and you can't heal your AD carry either. So those are big counters to be careful of. Don't try pick it into them. And if you are found into those matchups, take Guardian, because trust me, you're going to need it, and then take Second Wind and Revitalize, because you want that healing, and you want to try stay as healthy and survive the laning phase as much as you can. But then if you ever find yourself versing a Nautilus, well, that's not as hard as versing something like Karma. What you do, you just take Guardian, and then you just chuck more extra points into your E. It's up to you what you can do. You can either max it or just chuck like 2 or 3 points into your E, so then the cooldown's a bit lower, so you have it to spam out a bit more. Because Nautilus is all AP damage, and I'm pretty sure his Q can kinda... If he QEs, he'll get rid of your Black Shield, and then if he ults you, you're just dead. So you need that extra stronger shield, so definitely take Guardian into the matchups like that. Okay, so that's it for my Morgana guide video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something and know a little bit more about Morgana. I hope whatever goal yours is this year, I don't know, maybe you just want to get out of Iron, maybe you just want to hit Bronze 4, I don't know. Or Diamond, or Challenger. Maybe you're one of the big boys and you want Challenger, yeah. Like, I hope you get your goal. And please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment if you enjoyed this and learned something. I like to know, it actually means a lot. And I'll see you in my next video.